What are your thoughts?
What was it? I'm very hyped right now, but if I didn't smoke weed, I'd probably say all the same things.
I have an expression that the right is wrong.
The whole system's corrupt.
Thoughts in the election? You chilling? Welcome to Bourne with Purpose. I'm your host, D.A. Bourne. If you haven't liked, shared, and subscribed, I greatly appreciate that you do so. Well, it is after the election, and obviously I'm not in Ontario. If you look in the background, I am in Vancouver, British Columbia. My first time here, and I can honestly say this place is absolutely beautiful. I understand why people love British Columbia so much. And today we are going into the streets of Vancouver to ask people how they feel about the results of the election. Now, to give you some facts about what happened about the BC federal election, in this area, Liberals won 41.6% of the votes. PC, Conservatives, won 41.3% of the votes. So it was once again very even. So it's a deadlock. People are divided in British Columbia. So I want to ask them why they voted PC, why they voted Liberal, or why they voted for another party. And we're going to ask them, and we're going to get their input. And I hope you guys are ready. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I'm asking people in Vancouver their reaction to the Canadian election. What are your thoughts?
When was it?
Oh, it was a couple days ago, on Monday.
Yeah, I skipped it.
Oh, you skipped it? How come you skipped the election?
It's Monday.
Huh?
It's Monday. I went for a walk on the beach. And watched a little bit of a movie at the library. And, and I cooked some food, and yeah, it was a great day.
So what do you think about the results?
Who won?
Mark Carney, minority government, not by much.
Well, I will tell you this: in the riding that I live in is Kwan. She's held it federally for many years, and she's held it for Bridgeley since 1996, so almost 30 years. And she's been saying the same thing every year. The same thing every year.
Oh, yeah?
She hasn't done a thing. 30 years is basically a generation.
Yeah, it is.
You
Wow.
sit there and you get paid and you don't do a thing. And it doesn't matter who you vote for in my riding, because Jenny Kwan is always going to win.
Wow.
Okay? So, and I don't know what happened federally. I don't happen provincially. I didn't vote on that one either, because they had a provincial election last October. Didn't vote on that one either.
Yeah.
So we're stuck in our riding. We can't make change, okay, until these people, these neurodiverse people, step out of their LGBTQ, all the other letters and numbers, out of their bubble, and say, what are we going to do for our kids? How can we own? We're brainwashed into thinking you can't own a home, you can't make more than a certain amount of money per year, you've got to be poor all your life, and you got to complain, and you got to complain about conservatives, because conservatives are racist and they're white. Not all conservatives are white. So the thing is that when you brainwash people into thinking this is the haggard life that we got to live in, and we can't provide for our kids, that's the shame. That's the shame.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, so obviously I'm guessing that just Jenny Kwan, she's a Liberal, or
NDP.
NDP. Oh, okay.
If you go look back, if you go look at Jenny Kwan, she's been provincial NDP since '96. She jumped over to federal. Before her was a prominent NDP. It's been NDP where I live. All I got to do is step into another riding to raise my kids and feed my kids and give them a good education.
Wow. Actually, NDP lost 10 seats in the election. So I don't know if she was one of them.
Well, the federal NDP is done, right? I'm sure Jenny Kwan got in. I didn't even check didn't know.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she got back in. It's going to be another 4 years at least where you go up the street and go see the people sleeping in tents and sleeping on the street and the garbage and the needles and the dog shit and the human shit.
Yeah.
And that's what she's running.
Wow. Yeah, I am going to check that. It was my first time in Vancouver, so yeah.
So-
I'm going to check the good and the bad, but I appreciate your feedback and
The important thing to get from all of this is for those of you that got a baby on the way, or you got toddlers and you got kids and you're wondering how you're going to own something so they can run around in the backyard somewhere or do whatever you guys want to do. You got your child fitness tax and you got your child arts taxes. But if you can't afford the classes to put your kids into swimming and into soccer and put them into arts, you don't get an arts tax credit. You don't get a fitness credit because you can't afford the classes. Because you're busy trying to feed your kids and pay the mortgage at the same time.
Wow.
Because they keep telling us that we're poor. They keep telling us, well, you're black, you're not white. This is where you live. This is it. You're native.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, man.
By the way, I just puffed some really good weed, and what it does is it enhances your emotions, eh? So I wouldn't be like this if I wasn't just smoking that pipe there. It's just marijuana. It's not crack.
All right.
But it enhances your emotions. And so I'm very hyped right now, but if I didn't smoke weed, I'd probably say all the same things and I wouldn't regret it. But it'd be just a little bit lower and a little bit smaller in scale.
Hey, it's good. It's good for TV, so I appreciate it.
You know? But for those of you out there that think that you got to get up in the morning and give your kids some cornflakes and send them off to school and figure out who's going to take care of them from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock because you're working all day and you don't know what they're going to eat. There was an election apparently, and it was on Monday. And now we got 4 more years to do it again. So I don't know what you guys going to do. Have a great day.
All right, take care, man. What were your thoughts on it? Were you happy, disappointed?
I wasn't surprised.
No?
No, I wasn't surprised.
Yeah. What about you?
Nothing.
She doesn't care.
If you don't mind me asking, who'd you vote for?
It's a secret for a reason. It's
Oh.
anonymous for a reason.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. Thank you, though.
All right. Take care. I'm from Toronto, and I'm asking.
Mine?
Oh, cool. All right. What part of Toronto?
Grew up in the annex, and then I lived all over.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I remember Honest Ed's
Okay.
very well.
I get it. Yeah, Honest Ed's classic. Yeah, I'm in the Brampton, Mississauga area. So I'm asking people in Vancouver their thoughts on the election. What did you think, and were you pleased or disappointed with the outcome?
On the whole, relieved. Happy. I did not want to see a conservative government under Poilievre at all.
Why not?
Well, because we don't need that kind of demonization tactics, misstatements of truth, lack of accountability for their own past failed policies. Conservatism, generally, I have an expression that the right is wrong.
Oh, okay. Now, have you felt this way for a long time, or?
Well, ever since I became politically aware in the late 1970s, yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, I believe both parties have kind of changed in a way where conservatives got less conservative and liberals got more.
I don't see that at all.
No? Oh, no?
No.
Okay.
No. No,
So-
I do not.
Yeah. So what about, let's say, I know some people are concerned about the crime, that, it's gotten a little lenient over the years.
Well, people believe policing can solve issues of crime, but they fail to ever address root causes, which is always the best way to deal with any problem. If you can foresee something coming and prevent it from happening in the first place, through early intervention, necessary supports, more inclusive attitudes, more support for mental health, a flatter economic system whereby people do not feel so discriminated against based on their socioeconomic status, these would solve so many of these issues. We're dealing at the back end, and that's always the most expensive and least effective way of dealing with any problem.
Yeah.
Mitigating it after the damage is done. Police do not stop crime. They cannot stop crime. That is not their job.
So it's more obviously judicial that can... No?
It isn't even in the judicial system. It's social service supports.
Yeah. So coming back to, obviously, we had a terrible tragedy over the weekend with the driver and, killing all those people. What would you think would be a fair punishment for, life in prison?
See, punishment also doesn't prevent crime.
Yeah.
It doesn't heal people who have caused crime or been the victims of crime. All it does is make certain people feel better because they got some vengeance. If putting people in jail prevented future crime, it would have done a lot more good by now. But actually what it does is it gives people more skills about how to be a criminal. And it locks them into the mindset that is all they are. Whatever their worst day or action or behavior was.
So how do we solve this then?
Again, deal with it at the root. Social inequality, lack of adequate resources, and a belief in hierarchical power systems being a necessary part of our society. We need to flatten our culture more. We need to empower those people at the bottom to lift themselves up through adequate supports. And we need to put a cap on the amount of power and wealth one can have in the society and the levers that gives you to negatively affect our society.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, take care. And I'm asking people in Vancouver their thoughts on the election. Were you pleased, disappointed?
I'm probably not the best person to ask because I don't follow politics.
Oh, no?
No.
So that means you didn't vote?
I didn't vote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's your reason for not voting?
And it's so deep.
Yeah?
Yeah. The whole system's corrupt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm not the best candidate for this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I guess my thought is, what are your thoughts of Canada moving forward? Are you optimistic about it? Are you,
A whole new system.
Huh?
We need a whole new system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I agree with. I mean, things are getting so expensive, and I'm from Toronto. It's the same cost of living stuff here. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's also like a spiritual warfare. Like the feminine needs to come in and balance the masculine. So.
Oh, okay. So that's what you mean with spiritual warfare. Okay, I thought you were talking about more of a Christian perspective, or.
Oh no, definitely not. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
to be honest, have you always not voted, or is it?
Yeah, I've always not voted just because I can't get into it. It's just like too much to
Okay.
into this short little interview. Yeah.
All right, no worries. I thank you for your time.
I'll give my thoughts on the election. I wish the Conservatives won, but I understand why the Liberals won because a majority of Canadians, a lot of Canadians that are older are obviously going to vote Liberal. I feel like it's a lot of the younger generation, like people my age that got affected by the Liberal, the Liberal charge that they had. But I think Conservatives would have been better because they would have been more for the youth, more for jobs, more for Canada. I think the Liberals is more for, not that it's bad, for inclusivity, which I don't disagree with, but at the same time, at a certain point, we have to focus on your own country and your own people,
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
So, so Pierre had a huge lead, like a huge lead at the end of 2024, and he lost. What do you think was the turning point to make him lose this election?
It's obviously them kicking Trudeau out. They should have kept Trudeau in there throughout the election, then he would have won for sure, but they forced Trudeau out, which was bad. And I'm seeing a little bit online that Trump might have had something to, like, as far as like pushing the conservatives and the tariffs and all that. Maybe people were looking at conservative in a bad way, but I don't really see that. I think it's just Carney was a better choice to put it up front. I feel like he was already a good face. He's like,
Yeah.
So I think the Liberals did it right. They won, so obviously they did it right. But yeah, they pushed him out last minute, gave him 3-4 months to campaign and that, and yeah, like you said, the polls shot all the way down for Pierre and up for Carney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a huge drop. What about you? Yeah. What about you? Do you have it?
No.
She doesn't have an opinion.
Oh, okay.
I look into this stuff because I'm young. I'm a young man, so I try to be informed. But not everyone likes to be informed like that, especially younger people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually the uneducated that usually vote for the current government because they don't know
Right.
better. They didn't do their research, and I've noticed. I think a lot of Gen Zs and young adults did vote conservative because we
have research now. Like we have Chat GPT. You can ask it any question. It'll give you a good answer. You have TikTok. You have Instagram. All these things online. Or that's how I'm learning. Through podcasts and everything. And I don't just hear things and believe them. I also try to do my own homework. But like I said, it's a lot easier for this generation to do that. And it's kind of pushed to us to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's my opinion, though.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I'm liberal, so I'm pleased.
You were pleased?
Yeah.
So why have you always voted liberal? Is that
Yeah.
okay? What about? I guess my concern is because I know a lot of Gen Z's young adults voted conservative because they're concerned about being able to afford living because nowadays it's hard to buy a home and all that stuff. What are your thoughts on the younger generation?
It's tough on them.
Yeah.
Man, really. I'm retired, so it's really tough on them. It's tough on retired people.
Yeah.
It's tough all around for everybody, so.
Yeah. So what is it about Mark Carney over Pierre? What lead? I know you said you've always voted liberal, but what was it this time that?
Well, if Trudeau was still in, I probably wouldn't have voted for liberal. So
Right.
it's like just because of Trump, we need somebody more. I would just say it's like somebody more of a book person who can handle the books better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess one of my concerns with Mark Carney is his goal. Like, what is he gonna do to make things more affordable for Canadians? Whether that's his intention or whether the focus is Donald Trump or not.
Hopefully it's both.
Yeah.
It's like wait and see.
Yeah. 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 It's like minority government, so we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's it. So
yeah.
and see, because we could always do another snap election down the road. And
Yeah. Yeah. Have you always lived in Vancouver or?
no, I'm originally from Toronto, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm from Toronto as well, so it's both areas expensive to live. It's but yeah. I guess it's a wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate the interview.
I'm Mexican, so I can't.
Oh, you can't vote?
No, I'm studying here and I'm working, but I can't vote right now. So
okay,
yeah, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. How long have you been in Canada?
Almost 2 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I have family in Mexico.
Really?
Yeah. Morelia.
Morelia.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I haven't gone there yet. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, my best friend here is from Morelia.
Okay, and where are you from?
Leon.
Leon? Okay.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours away from Morelia,
Okay.
the center of Mexico.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are your thoughts of what would you like to see different in Canada that you've experienced so far?
Like the truth.
Yeah. The truth, totally.
I always walk here for getting to my work, and I think that it's not safe to walk here for all the people that are living here.
Yeah.
I know that it's a hard situation for them, but I'm like sometimes afraid.
Oh, yeah.
So-
So it's more of like the violence and crime.
Yeah, sometimes it's like, I don't know, it's hard to see that even.
Yeah.
Even just see that it's hard, and I would like to make a change for them.
Yeah. Like right before I came, I obviously heard about the SUV driver that killed a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
If you had a chance to vote, who would you have voted for?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I can't say, like, it's something that I don't really into it.
Would you like to see different in terms of
Maybe a higher range, like an increase
yeah.
for us, like also more support to Mexican people here. I know that it's like the people is very supportive to us. In my work, they are really into us, but I don't know, like more opportunities to stay here could be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. More opportunities, and then when you get here, an opportunity to succeed and not struggle, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to stay away from our family, so it could be nice to have more support from the government, or I don't know, like more jobs, more community.
Yeah.
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 Totally disappointed.
Yeah.
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 It's been like, like they're just piling up the dead people, like drug addicts and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was a disaster.
Yeah. This is my first time in Vancouver, and I've heard about Hastings Avenue, and when I saw it, I was just like, wow, it's
It's going to get worse.
yeah.
I think it's going to get worse because nobody's doing anything to stop it. Like,
Right.
the guy killed 11 people, 50 interactions with the police, and what was he doing on the street? And how did he get a driver's license?
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of confusing for me.
Yeah. Because I mean, I know Pierre Poilievre, he was talking about stopping the crime and more harsher sentences. Moving forward, did you vote?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew we were going to probably get wiped out in this area because they always vote Liberal, but
Yeah.
I still voted. Yeah.
Actually, it was 41% Liberal. Both were at 41%.
Oh.
So conservatives did get more seats. NDP lost their seats.
Yeah.
Liberals lost a few, but it was evenly split.
Oh, good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. Glad to hear that.
So I guess moving forward, what do you think is gonna happen with Pierre Poilievre? Like, do you think, because he lost his seat, do you think he did a good job running?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I think he did a good job. You know, he may have said some things that upset other people, but you got to say what you believe.
Yeah.
And so I thought he was truthful that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, sir? Did you vote?
I voted.
What do you think of the outcome? Pleased, disappointed?
Neither disappointed.
Did you vote for change, or did you vote for Liberals or NDP or?
So I was a Liberal voter.
Okay. Yeah. Why did you vote for Liberal?
Because I believe Mark Carney there is better to hold against Trump.
Was that your biggest concern going into the election? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So two guys, different views.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think moving forward needs to be done in this area in terms of improving just the state of homelessness and everything? What do you think needs to be done?
I'm not really too sure about that right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is my first time here, so I'm just observing it, and we definitely want to see a better Canada, better just overall.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But it's not like when I grew up. I was born in BC, and it's a different world now. Yeah.
Definitely is. Well, I thank you for your time.
You too,
Much
man.
appreciated. Thank you very much.
Good luck in your endeavors.
All right, there you have it. Vancouver reacts to the outcome of the election. It's been it's a wait and see for a lot of people. I know that some are pleased, some are disappointed, some didn't get a chance to vote. Some people don't want to vote or have chosen not to vote. Either way, we're in a situation where we don't know how 2025 is going to be for Canada, Vancouver in particular. This is a very dynamic city that has a lot of different concerns, compared to where I'm at in Ontario. But I want to know your thoughts. Please leave it in the comments. Of course, like, share, and subscribe. Props to my boy Ned, who's been recording this. I put his link for you to check out his profile as well. Until the next video, God bless. I'm out.